So I don't know if we're live yet or not. Facebook has been saying here that we're going live for the last 2 minutes. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Are you there? Let's see. Oh, there it is, finally. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it is. There it is. Facebook was just trying to get caught up here saying that we were live. So, yeah, happy Monday, right? Good morning. I'm Diane, and I am happy that you stopped by. Set that down there. Now that I know we're actually live. Hope everybody's doing well and had a great weekend. We were camping last week, so which is kind of weird because I had my craft room cleaned up before we went, and I've been up here for the last couple days now trying to get stuff ready for today and a couple other projects, and now my room is just destroyed again. So I had all my cards ready for today, and I went ahead and made my design team card. So I thought I was a step ahead until I realized this morning that our design team card needs to be a Christmas card. And I made mine with Beauty of Tomorrow. So I was just looking through. I think I'm going to try to use the Penguin Playmates paper, which you can still get for free. So let me get through my quick reminders here. So this paper you can earn for free during celebration until the end of September with a $50 purchase. And when you order through my website and spend $50 in product in addition to your celebration items, my thank you for a $50 purchase is a package of the brushed metallic adhesive back dots. Okay, that's for the month of September. And with a $100 purchase, you get the dots as well as the diamond weave ribbon, which I have out today, but I think I ended up not using that. But I did use dots. But I use dots almost every week. Yeah, so check out your celebration because you've only got a couple more weeks here. What is today? The 13th. We're almost at the middle of September already, and this sale ends September 30th. So, yeah. Oh, I pulled this out as a reminder to myself because I mentioned our design team card. So, design team cards are made up. They're cards designed by demonstrators who are on our team, and we share those with our fellow demonstrators on our own teams or in our stamp clubs. And so if you're interested in receiving those free projects each, what do I have them as? Weekly. It costs nothing to join. You earn host rewards. You get your turn at the host rewards. You keep track of your sales, and we have specials when you reach $100 in purchases. We have a birthday gift part of our stamping club. And let me see. What was I even looking for? Oh, printable downloads each month. Okay, your monthly downloads. So I think like Anne sends one out maybe every week to us, and then I in turn, I have access to the library of all of these demonstrator cards as well to share with my team. So if you're interested in joining my stamp club, which is Free Spirit Stampers, the information is either on my website at bohostamper.com, or you can email me and I will get a pamphlet out to you. Coming up October 6th and 7th is our holiday Stamp-A-Stack. And we'll make 12 cards, and you can come anywhere between 3 o'clock and 8 o'clock and make your 12 cards. There will be 4 different designs. Make 3 of each of those 4 designs and make them at your own pace. Everything will be set up for you. And tomorrow is my Brush Show Birthday Bash. We'll be playing with pigment sprinkles tomorrow and making some pretty backgrounds and coordinating those with different colors. Okay, we did that. I already told you about the ribbon and the dots. If you haven't tried Paper Pumpkin and you're interested in getting a monthly club kit, you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin to receive those each month, or you can order just 1 month at a time, whatever you want. So you have to order by the 10th of each month. The upcoming one is going to be the holiday, the Christmas box, and I don't know what's in it. It's always a surprise. Your first kit includes a little Paper Pumpkin acrylic block, and then that one, along with all the future ones, include everything you need to make the projects that are in the kit, including ink, embellishments, paper, whatever it takes. So again, you can get to Paper Pumpkin by going through my Stampin' Up site. I actually used to do Paper Pumpkin a lot. I subscribed every month until I started getting really far behind. Wasn't being able to get to the boxes and get the projects done. I think I still have a couple that are sitting over here that need done. Yeah, so this is that free paper, and this is what I think I'm going to work on my design team card then for a Christmas design. Aren't they cute? I don't know, I was thinking the fox, but I don't know, I'm leaning, oh, that's pretty. I'm leaning towards the polar bear. I don't know, I'll see what I can come up with, but that'll be my card to submit once I get that ready. So anyways, the one that I did have made, I'll share with you today, because our design team cards, we do not share on our websites or anything like that. That's just strictly for our customers, our team. And you can join my team. There's no obligation to being a Stampin' Up demonstrator other than you get discounts and sometimes some free products and get to have fun. So here is my host code through the 24th. The 24th, my host codes only last 30 days, so on the 24th of the month I'll put a new one out there. But for right now, here's my host code. And if you're ordering any products, please enter that in the host code box, and that way I will know if you need to receive the ribbon or dots in your thank you card. So today I'm playing with Blackberry Beauty, and I think I had used this once before, but my products had just come the afternoon before, so I really didn't get to plan them out that day, but I knew I wanted to play with it because I like this stuff. So we did a couple cards and they came out really cute, but I also knew I wanted to do a lot more because they're just too pretty. And I have to say, this stuff that Stampin' Up has been coming out with lately, these sets, I mean, you can use like this Beauty of Tomorrow, these wildflowers. We had our Dragonfly Garden with dragonflies and wildflowers. We had Enjoy the Moment with little seed pods, Quiet Meadow with pretty wildflowers, Nature's Harvest, but not that one, I used that one for a happy birthday. But these flowers, you don't have to just stick to one stamp set. You know, you can mix and match different flowers and come up with some beautiful designs. So let's get rid of this stuff. Let's see if it blurs the camera. No, it didn't. I'll leave that up there. And this suite includes, I pulled out so much stuff because I pulled out the coordinating colors of paper that we can use to match. First, there's an ephemera pack in this suite. You can get these products separately, or you can get them all together as a suite. And obviously I've been pulling out my little ephemera pieces and using them. And there are a couple little tricks I want to show you with some of these, but I was afraid I would run out of these, and there are only two owls, two of these sheets, and I like the sheet with the owl and the oak leaves. Oak? No, maple. Acorns grow on oak trees, right? Yeah. So there's only 2 of these images. But there's 2 sheets, but I've already used one. So anyways, I was afraid I was going to run out, so I did order the ephemera pack as a refill. Oh, I pulled out gold metallic paper because a lot of the design in here is gold, and so I thought I might stick some gold paper in there, which I think we're doing on one of them. I also thought that the cork paper would be really pretty with this. I didn't use that so far. And the linen paper, if you have any linen paper, this actually would be really pretty behind the owl. Keep that one out for next time. Then, part of the suite is this gold vellum shimmer vellum paper, but it does have a bit of a shimmer to it. Pretty. And I don't know if I use that one today or not. So those are a lot of the things that will coordinate with. Oh, I was going to say, I'd be really happy if I could find my designer paper that goes with this. I told you I was busy. I mean, cutting and gluing. So, I mean, just gorgeous paper. Maybe I did, because there's the vellum and there's the gold. We're going to use one of these sheets today. And this is going to help you make a card really quick. So these are 12 by 12 designer series paper. These are specialty papers, and they're specialty because they have metallic in them. So a lot of the designs, this one, they have gold foil in the paper. That's what makes them specialty packets. Oh, this one too, I guess. Oh, that's pretty. So these are 12 by 12 sheets, and you get 2 of each sheet. And so for this one alone, as I'm throwing my bits all over, if you cut this into 4, 4, and 4, and then right down the middle, you have enough for 6 card fronts off of one sheet. And since you have 2 of these, that's 12 cards with a background that can already be there for you. And then you could trim your top down or your bottom up, depending on how you're designing your card. So we're doing one of them. The suite also includes this beautiful gold shimmer ribbon that you can get to embellish your cards. And I showed you the ephemera pack. And I don't know if this Blackberry Bliss ribbon is still available. I don't think it is, but when it was on clearance, since Blackberry Bliss is one of my favorite colors, I ordered a bunch of this, and now I'm really glad I did, because here we are with a Blackberry suite. Stamp set and coordinating dies. And as always, there are a couple of extra dies that do not just fit onto the stamped image. For example, this. And this is the die that we used in our last card making session with this. And I think I had cut this out of the vellum, the glimmer vellum, and use that as my focal point. So, cut these little leaves. Yeah, they don't match anything. But here's the little birdie die. Okay, so let's get started. So I'll show you first one of the, I don't know where I put the back to that cardstock. The coordinating colors for that designer series paper: rich raspberry, cinnamon cider, polished pink. I'm using very vanilla rather than white. Early espresso, Blackberry Bliss. And I had mentioned the last time I used this, I didn't know how we were going to use raspberry and polished pink in this card set, but when I was doing what I thought would be my designer card, that's what I aimed for, and this is what I came up with. So if we have time, we'll do this card, since I'm not turning it in as my design card. First one that we are going to do is that background card. And I started with an Early Espresso card base. So this is a sheet of 8.5 by 11 that I've cut in half and scored. and folded for a 4¼ by 5½ inch card base. I took that sheet of designer series paper, and just as I said, I had cut it into 4, 4, and 4, and glue on here, and then cut them right down the middle to divide the flowers, because as you can see, like this flower's more in the middle, this has a little bit on each side, so I didn't really want to cut the top off until, oh, that one's pretty on the left, until I was sure what card I was going to do. And we did this one. And did I throw my dimensions away? I think I did, but it doesn't really matter. So, let's see, these were 4 by paper trimmer, 5¼ to fit onto the front of our card base. So this is already cut at 4 from where I separated my my designer paper by 5¼ So I'm going to slice a little bit off at the top, and there's your whole card front. It doesn't get a whole lot easier than that, right? Now you could add whatever sentiment or greeting, any embellishments, whatever you wanted to add to that. So to dress it up a little bit, I used, where did I just put the ephemera? There are some beautiful little gold leaves in that ephemera pack. And did I bury it under the paper? No, I did not. I wish I pulled out too many things. Guess I can set my cardstock on the floor to give us a little bit of room. Extra cards to make next. What in the world? They just kind of got up and walked away. They did, they did. I guess I can move my catalogs now that I've shown you the products. Get that out of the way, maybe I'll find them. I'm going to use some berry vanilla. Just a little scrap of vanilla. And stamp, I'm here for you. And I stamped that in OS also. And I cut this little greeting out of the ornate frames, which is a die set that is still available to you. And I wanted to use this because it's small enough to just fit around that font. But you can make a little tag with it, or I don't think it'll fit in the banner. It might fit in that one barely, but it would fit into this little greeting for that little label die. So let me get that stamped while my eyes are still scanning for all my stuff I'm gonna need. So I don't think I've been on since scrap paper out since September started, right? Because we were going to go over Labor Day. And let me see. So I've had my birthday. We had our anniversary while we were at camp, which was just beautiful. We had a little mama deer and her baby that visited us 3 times a day on schedule. There was one day they were a little late. I got concerned, but they came. And then the one evening we were sitting out because with Cammie being as old as she is and not getting around as well as she used to, we did not hike any paths. There they are. We took her for small walks down to the river and back, which was more than enough for her. She was pooping out by the time we'd head back to the cabin. But so our main the main thing we did was enjoy the fire and watch the wildlife. And every morning we'd go out and have coffee by the fire and sit and relax, have breakfast, go for a walk. And then in the evening, after our walk, Jared would start the fire back up, and because it had an outdoor fireplace on a big stone patio. Really pretty park, I'm telling you. And so Mama and her baby came down the hill in the back, right behind our cabin, right down in the backyard there, just like they always do. And all of a sudden, this big deer came out, and then another one, and then another one. And there were like 7 deer that came out then with her and the baby. Because I think they make their pathway down. There's a couple apple trees down by the one field across from our cabin. And they go down there every night to get the apples. But it was just like a parade of these humongous deer. They were beautiful. Oh, I forgot I don't want to pull that too hard because I can rip off the ends, which I did the first time here. Yeah, so that was pretty much our week. I'll tell you, I love going there. It is beautiful. It is a lot of work to get everything ready to go camping like that, because you have to have your bedding and your cooking utensils and your eating stuff, plan out all your meals, but you know, especially when you're taking pets like we do, which is why we do this, so we can take our pets. There is no running off to a fast food place and grabbing a meal or going to a restaurant, because I'm not going to leave the kids alone there in the cabin. So I do plan our meals, and you know, we take our food with us. So between all of that, unpacking, putting everything away, we have, that park has a stove and a refrigerator. The cabin that we get anyway. There are some more rustic ones. Come on. Stove and refrigerator, microwave. Doesn't have a toaster. You have to do your toast in the oven. But the water is a pump out off of the stone patio, and that's okay. We're good with that. Okay, so then I took a piece of this gold shimmer ribbon, and I just held it up behind my greeting to see how long I wanted it to be. I didn't measure. Whoops, wrong way. And then just cut it long enough that it's going to stand out behind my greeting. And then I took a piece of that Blackberry ribbon that I had, and you wouldn't have to use this if you don't have it. Just, you know, your gold ribbon will be pretty. And I'm going to want it a little bit longer. Oh, that didn't make a nice point. So I'm just going to pull my gold ribbon down so that I can get the same slant on my Blackberry, and I'm making it a little bit longer. And then I will just layer that onto the Blackberry ribbon. Yeah, so pump water, I always take a big kettle that I keep on the stove for hot water for cooking and washing our dishes and stuff. There's a shower house and things, so we don't have to worry about getting water to wash. That's already there. Alright, so I want to glue my little gold ribbon onto my Blackberry ribbon. As I said, if you don't have the Blackberry, then you'll just skip this step. Or maybe you have another ribbon that you like to use. I think there was, at one time, a very pretty early espresso ribbon. That would have been pretty on here too. I don't know if I still have any of that. And then I'm layering my little greeting in the center of this. And I'm just using a fine tip glue on my greeting because of the very small die cut pieces there. I don't want my glue to squish out, but I do want it to adhere down to the ribbon. Can she do this with one hand? Oh. It's not weighty yet. I had one out. And then I'm putting this just on the center, my little ribbon. And then I'm going to let that set for a minute to dry. So let's glue this piece of Designer Series paper to our card front, or card base. And I was kind of anxious to do this also because this set will make, unfortunately, more sympathy cards. I'm telling you, I'd really rather be making happy birthday. Or welcome. I do have a new baby across the street, so I need to make a welcome card for them. Welcome, new baby. And, oh, I need that foil leaf out of the ephemera pack. One of the ladies in the office from where my husband works had a baby as well. And so, and because of quarantine and everything, where did I put that other one beside it? Maybe I used my other gold leaf off of there. Oh no, like a goose. Anyways, instead of them having a party or going to visit or anything, they started a meal train. Somebody organized a meal plan for them and their new baby. And so I have to get my food ready because I picked the day for when we came back after camping. So I didn't have to worry about rushing and getting their meal made. So I need to run to the store today and grab my ingredients that I need yet, that I was saving for last minute, so I can cook that tomorrow and deliver it Wednesday. Okay, and I'm just adding this little bit of gold for some added interest on the front of this card, since it has little gold speckles in there. I don't know if you can see them on camera, but this gold leaf then, a gold flower silhouette, just brings out that little bit of gold in the paper. What else is new? Our bunko group started back up, so it was nice to get to see the girls. We had a little interference with that last year. And yeah, so it's good to see everybody get caught up. Where are my little tweezers? I didn't want them to pick this up so that I didn't get glue all over there. And then we have our little greeting on the ribbon. Let me trim that Blackberry ribbon just a hair. It's a little long. And get some dimension over here, and we can add that to the front. behind the cardstock. I'm going to show everything for the ribbon. That one kind of did a little bit. And then what else is upcoming here for us? In September, even though it's a hectic month, I don't think we have a whole lot more this on here straight. All right, and then we're just going to add a couple of those gold metallic dots. I don't know why it's so hard for me to see my tools in this little clay pot. They're right in front of me. They're all right there, and I always struggle to find the ones that I need, you know? Everything's sticking out right in front of my face. On camera here, or am I up too high? So sorry. And there we are. And I think my inside on this one, I used the, from Heal Your Heart, I used a piece of Berry Vanilla. Cut to 4 by 5 1/4. And Wishing I Could Heal Your Heart with Early Espresso again. I need that big one for this. I think I used, come on, open my little case. I add those little splotches I did. On the same stamp set, I used the little paint splotches. And I stamped my Early Espresso off one time. And I also want to do this over a piece of paper because I'm stamping off the edge. Oh, I forgot to stamp it off. As I sit here and say stamp it off and stamp it full strength. And that will be my inside. And I have something on my stamp pad there. There we go. A little fuzzy. And I want that because that'll get on my stamp at some point and leave a splotch mark. And I left myself a little bit of room just to write a small note in there. And there's the first card. Yeah. Pretty set. You can't really go wrong with that, right? I mean, all the work on the background is done for you. Okay. Let's do our second one. Our second card I did with a Blackberry Bliss background and a piece of the specialty paper. So again, we have our 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card base. And then this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, so that I have just a very small border around it. And then I did use a piece of the gold metallic paper, and this is cut at 3 by 5 1/4. And yes, I read that upside down. How's that for talented? And when I first saw this set, I immediately wanted to use our stitched greenery die, if you remember this one, because this doesn't cut out the image, this just makes the impression into our paper. And I thought how pretty that would be on gold. So I have my little gold panel, and I'm just using a piece of washi tape to put it on my die because I wanted to make sure that my whole gold panel was embossed. Didn't have any border around it. Oh, come here. Big cut and emboss machine. And then we just run it through cut and emboss with the same sandwich layer as any die. Sorry for the earthquake there while I get this through here. That back out of the way. And look how pretty is that? So that is the stitched greenery die. I'm going to add this on the front, leaving a small border, an even border around each side of my, around with the designer series paper on the back. And I'm going to use a piece of this Blackberry ribbon to line down the center of this. So let me grab my glue dots, since I know they're back up here because we used them at the card buffets, and I know I put them back up here because I love my glue dots for ribbons. And I'm just sure. I'm trying to get this in the center. The only really bad thing about using metallic paper is adhesives always show up on them. So, you know, glue is kind of yucky. If you get a little bit on the foil, it might, you can see it. So I like the glue dots better. I'm going to move it over a little bit. That tough. Okay. Okay. And then out of the ephemera pack, I got a little frame, which you might not realize you have, and throw it away. So in the ephemera pack, there are these little banners that you can use on your card, which is really cute. Right? You could use that even. That's pretty. And then there is a little frame that the banner was in. I didn't really think that I'm going to use that for anything. But then there's another frame here. And for that one, I'm going to add my greeting behind it. Okay. So make sure you check your little ephemera sheets and use all your little bits off of there that you can use. Oh, now where did I put Very Vanilla? I don't know if I have I do have a little scrap that will fit behind there. And you can, any scrap that you're able to glue this onto will work. So this is 2 1/4 by almost 2 7/8. I like to get ink on there. So 2 1/4. I'll have to trim it off a little bit, but that's fine. I'd rather have it just a little bit bigger. And then I use Blackberry Bliss. And stamped in the center of that vanilla. I know this is a difficult day. I think is an excellent greeting for so many things. The stamp looks wonky. It's not crooked though. You just kind of have to, which is why I didn't mind if my vanilla was a little bit larger, because I can put my frame on there in whatever position makes it look the straightest. And then we'll trim the vanilla off. Sure, I have ink on my hand. Because of the way that font is printed, it does look crooked a lot. Okay, so I'm just going to glue my frame around that stamped greeting. And then I'll trim it to make it nice and neat. Actually, I could leave it like that, but I don't want to. You could leave it like that, but I'm going to trim mine off. I'm just going to use my paper snips and trim along the edge of that frame. Or you can use your paper trimmer. Maybe I should have done. I am not the best paper snipper. That is why fussy cutting is not my favorite craft. I do it, but I'm going to trim this with my trimmer because I'm leaving a little white edge around there and I don't want to see that Very Vanilla paper. I used my trimmer on the first one. I don't know what made me think that I could actually do that with scissors. What a goofball. Much neater. That's better. I don't want to see that little bit of edging under there. Okay. And if we just put that together. Oh, well, you can't see it guess I'd cut it with scissors. Alright. So let's get our handle down on the card base. Oh, come on. There we go. And then I have my gold layer. I'll try to use the Stampin' Seal Plus. I think I used, I think on the original one I glued it. I think this will be good though, as long as I don't tear my gold. You know, sometimes when you're using some of these other specialty papers like this or glitter or whatever, that Stampin' Seal Plus just is so strong it just rips it. So I'm trying to be very careful. And I'm also trying to make an even border around that. Sort of keeping it to the left. And when I add my dimensionals, remember we have a ribbon going down the center of that panel, so we'll keep dimensionals to the side of our little framed greeting. That way it won't interfere with a ribbon. And straddle it. And that'll be the end for this card. I don't think I did the inside to this one yet. I did not. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put on that one because I'm going to use this also as a sympathy card. You could add gold dots to that one as well if you like. I think that the gold embossed panel there is enough. But make it the way you like it. These are your cards. And then the third card, which is probably my favorite today. I think on the inside of that one I'll still use Heal Your Heart. How about this? I love this owl. He's so cute. Okay, I used on this one a cinnamon cider base. This is a piece of the Designer Series paper, the opposite side actually of what we just used. But I'm trying to keep this sort of more of a masculine, naturey type card. And let me see, we're going to use Oreo Espresso ink again. Oh, that's why I had the little guys out. Because I want to use something, I wanted to put happy birthday, but I wanted it very small to fit into this little tag in the ephemera pack. And, let's see, yep, I want the gold. I don't want the brown one. I want the gold outline edge here. And then I'll just keep that little tag for another card. I don't want to rip it either though. But I did. It's going to cry. And I want the gold because I'm going to add those gold dots Okay, now I can take out that little, oh, I need that brown, there's a brown layer, we'll use that on a different card. You know, I've been checking the weather app for allergies, and it says that the pollen count is low and the air quality is good, but somebody needs to really tell my sinuses that. Okay, keep that. Now I can take out this panel because there's another frame there, and I want that frame. And then I'm going to do the same thing and put an early espresso background behind it. Okay, I'm done with that little bit. This is the frame I want. And there's a little bit of gold trim in this frame. I tried my owl in a couple of different spots on here and decided that I wanted my gold accents to be on the top and the left. Is where I thought they looked the nicest with him. So I don't know if you can see that, the gold. It just didn't look as nice when it was on the opposite side of my owl. So that's going to go here. Piece of early espresso. And I actually think I did the same thing. I think that I just glued that and then trimmed it on my trimmer. That was my safest way, so I didn't make a mess. I'm just adding a light layer of glue. Remember, you don't have to be heavy-handed with glue. It's going to stick. Even if you're using the Tombow. It's a very strong glue. You don't have to use a lot. And then I'm going to need my owl. Well, I'll give that a second to set up. Mr. Owl, I just like this. You know, I don't know if that's what we heard when when we were camping or not. I've actually tried to look it up and I can't find an owl that's making the sound that we heard at night. This thing just screeched all night long. I'm sure hoping he found what he was looking for. Okay, and because I'm looking for a very small sentiment, oh no, I didn't use it out of here. I was going to, but then I realized, yes. Out of one of our wildflower ones, out of Enjoy the Moment. Yeah, that one. Happy Birthday fit in there. Yay! Like it when they fit. We're almost out of time. We are up. I did it again. I went over. I was trying to get redone. Excuse my head. Oh, look at that. I didn't get a good impression because I panicked. I have to take my little marker and my early espresso marker and fill that in quickly. I'm so sorry. I thought we could get these all three done. See, I chatted too long at the beginning about all of the specials coming up or ending. Chocolate chip. Wow, is that old? Early espresso. And this is just the Stampin' Up markers. And if I have to fix something like this, I don't try to draw a straight line. I actually just make tiny little dots. And yes, I hold my breath while I'm doing it. that in. And then you can't tell. Oh, that's all right. We'll get this done quickly here. Let's trim out the frame. Supposed to be, I'm waiting, my, I don't know if you remember, I had mentioned that we're going to have a stamp camp using the one stamp set that I did not have, so I had to order it, and all the other designers are getting their designs made, and my order's not here yet, and I ordered it right away as soon as they had agreed on our stamp that we're using. So I ordered it September the 3rd. I should have just ordered it ahead thinking that's the one that probably was going to get picked. But then with my luck, it would have been a different one, and I would have still not had the stamps that I needed. Right? So anyways, I'm hoping that gets here today because I need to design my card. All right, that'll do her. Okay, let's get this glued down. Sorry, pretty paper. I know, they're so pretty. All those pretty oak leaves getting covered up. Sure we open on the right side. Yay. Make sure when you're using a directional pattern that you're I'm going to add my little frame of dimensionals again, making sure I know where I wanted that gold design to be. I think I'll put a couple in the middle since this is a rather large piece, so that it doesn't droop down in the middle. Okay, so just a recap. Remember, celebration ends at the end of September. I'm offering 2 free gifts when you order from my site, my online shopping store. Did I have this in the middle or a little bit more towards the top? I think I might up a little bit to leave room on the bottom for my greeting. Okay. Mr. Owl, I did put dimensionals on him. I couldn't remember. What else did I need to remind? Oh, the holiday Stamp Stack, October 6th and 7th. What was it? Because I have a feeling I told the other girls the 7th and 8th. I might have just lied. Oh no. Or am I lying to you? I don't know. I need a calendar. That's what I need. I might have printed that up wrong. Let's just take a peek at the calendar. 7th and 8th. 7th and 8th is our holiday Stamp Stack. And what else? Oh, joining the Stampin' Up team, of course, always. Joining Free Spirit Stampers. Remember, no obligation, no cost to you. You just would commit to ordering from Coho stamper. Online store. Where's my little gold frame? No! Where did it go? Look at all that cutting out. That's the brown one. Where's my gold one? Ah! Please, I already making these people wait. Breathe. Oh, it's on my leg. Got it. Again, just a little dabs of glue. I'm going to adhere this first so I can have it straight. And then I'll add a couple dimensionals behind my happy birthday and fit it inside that little gold frame. And we'll add a couple gold dots. What did I use? I used a large, oh, come on, back here. Orange right now because I think my nails are going to get trimmed. And there we are. Woo! 5 minutes past. Sorry, so sorry. Okay, so here's 1, 2, 3, and that was my card that I can't use, so we didn't get to do that one, but maybe next week. We'll see. So there we have it. And this is Beauty of Tomorrow stamp set, Blackberry Beauty Suite. And I thank you so much for joining me today. And stop back Friday on my YouTube channel for 15-minute cards. I don't know what I'm doing. Probably Halloween. So everybody have a wonderful week. See you later. Bye.